keep on moving forward with like I guess the grades, passing the credit system. Are they gonna like pass everyone? Like how's it gonna work? So I think there's still that doubt, but hopefully like these 2 weeks they'll be able to reassure themselves and be able to get the help they need and I guess clarify everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that, Carolyn. I think
Of course.
that's really, that's what's important to us. I know it's a huge transition. And so,
Yeah,
it's only been a week,
I
if,
know.
but it's only been a week of this online instruction. The thing that you should know is that if we don't hear from you, our interpretation is that things are okay. And if they're not okay, then that's why I'm saying, please say something. Okay.
Right. Of course.
All right.
Well, thank you for your help and for
Absolutely.
being here today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If there are no other questions, I'm going to sign off. I may pop in occasionally on Mondays over the next few weeks. And if there's some meeting that I shouldn't be there for, please let me know and I won't pop in. But awesome to see you all and great to know that you're surviving. Please stay well and reach out if you need anything, okay?
Thank you, Vice Chancellor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, Dr. Thomas.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye.
You too.
Okay.
I put the link for the myrun.newark.rutgers.edu
Yes.
course. So, okay, you guys got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
that's
got it.
all of the resources on it
Mhm.
for, the pantry hours, for counseling, academic advising, financial aid, emergency funds. I just wanted to mention that as of today, we have not seen a lot of students accessing the emergency fund. So I think we've had all of like 4 students actually be connected with the care team directly. And most of it was for non-emergency fund related items in relation to COVID-19. So I think that, as Vice Chancellor mentioned, if there are students that you're encountering, your peers, your friends, classmates that are needing these services, that now is a great time for them to be directed to us, because right now it's, as she mentioned, we're kind of seeing silence and we don't know what that means. So just make sure that, and I'm happy to share a report out on a weekly basis of how many students we're actually seeing access the fund.
Is there going to be an email sent out to the student body for them to know that they can apply or like that there is help going to be offered? Because I know the financial aid sent out an email, but like it wasn't only for them to like access this relief fund or like apply for it.
That's what we're sending out. So I have
Okay.
it.
Okay, perfect. I think like once that's sent out, then hopefully we can get more students aware of like that we're sending out this help for them.
Okay, Ricky, do you want to take it back to the survey and the bill?
Yes, sorry about that. So we just had some technical difficulties with the live stream. Apparently it stopped because somebody reported us. I don't know why, but it's back up. And just want to tell everyone that's watching, sorry for the inconvenience. But to bring back to the survey, Dean Williams, I sent it over to you so you can look it over on your end. Everyone else, I'm about to share my screen. And we should be, all right. Here it is. So this is the student organization questionnaire. Feel free to read it and let me know when you're ready to scroll down.
Hey Ricky, just to let you know, the live stream is back down again.
Are we gonna change March 6th? Or
Yeah, the due date.
yeah, the due date.
My apologies. That should have been April 6th, I believe.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to catch that because it's March 30th.
Will, just to let you know, there's a new link, so it's still up from what it looks like on my end. So it's not the bit.ly link anymore.
Gotcha. I didn't realize it was a new link. My bad.
I have a question.
It's all good.
So it says that the goal is to collect as much data as possible so that we may achieve a solution with your input in addressing concerns student organizations have faced historically and moving forward in response to the COVID-19 situation. But just to be clear, is this related? Would this have been something that was sent out regardless of COVID-19, I'm just trying to understand, is it the same issue or are they separate, meaning historically and COVID-19?
Harrison, would you like to jump in on that?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm sorry. I arrived a bit late. I was helping parents out with shopping. I did not look at this form last night. I think like that phrasing was to try and address the just feeling of disconnect that student orgs have been feeling in regards to SLIS and SGA. And as part of its ongoing efforts, I think the SLIS committee is trying to address that. Excuse me, sorry. But like, I think we will have sent out some form of questionnaire trying to collect information before the town hall regardless. But the whole entire issue, like pandemic with COVID-19 has just sort of precipitated that. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I think it just needs to maybe then be clear. It's
Mm.
have faced historically with SOIS
Mm-hmm.
and moving forward in response to COVID-19 situation.
Okay.
Just because I think otherwise it's like ambiguous about what historically is being referenced.
Right. Okay.
All right, so I mean, there's more content, so whenever y'all ready, just let me know to scroll down.
I think you're good.
You can scroll.
All right, great.
Yeah.
These are the next three sets of questions. Just let me know when y'all ready to scroll.
It's good.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
So is everyone ready? Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, scrolling down. The next next three questions.
I like the please explain your reasoning. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The only thing with that is like, with it saying like, should your remaining funds roll over to fall? I mean, I'm pretty sure like they're all going to say yes. Like, do you mean like for them to keep it for the student orgs or for it to roll over to SGA?
Maybe that should be presented, that the other option, you know, because obviously they're all going to be like, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, that is a good point.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take note. And
Like, because they're going to read that and be like, yeah, I want this. I want the funds to be. I want us to keep the funds for our organization. They're going to be like, no, we're not going to donate.
Yeah, I mean, they could think like, oh, where's the money going? You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe like instead of yes or no, it could be worded as like roll over to them directly in their accounts, or for allocations like overall to be used.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
all right. I think. Wait, Harrison, you're not. Are you also in this doc by any chance, or is anyone else that is shared with the doc on the on it right now?
And I can log on right now. Just give me a moment. Sorry.
No, because it didn't say fall 2020. Now it does. So I was just wondering if anyone was editing it.
Oh no, I don't have.
No, I'm not currently on it.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I just noticed that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll fix that. Let me just put a asterisk to work on that. Okay, are we ready to go? and move on to the next questions?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. I think that's good.
Do you think we should mention that like we're beginning to fund the potential fund, or do you think it comes off better like that? Because I see like two ways. Like one, showing that like we actually care and that like we're putting money in, but then it could also look like um, we're just trying to get their money, or it looks like that. It looks like that there's enough and they won't want to do it. What do you think? Like, should it be like that, or
We can say that we're starting it off, and then we can still ask for contribution from them and say that there's students that are in need, and we'd like donations.
So I think the reasoning behind this is that when the student leader is taking the survey, they don't have the knowledge that we are creating this account. So we want to see like what is their initial response. So like this would be the first time they would hear an idea of SGA creating a relief fund. Even though we are voting to create that today, we're not going to make that announcement until until the due date, which is the 6th. So like we're anticipating like hopefully quick responses. And then from there, what we're basically getting out of this question is that we're getting an initial feeling of that student leader and that organization. So then if there's a overwhelming response of, yes, we want to help, that's good. And then once we first we will have an idea of like what student organizations are willing to help, so that we can contact them and let them know personally right away. Like once we make this knowledgeable to the public that this fund exists, to hey, like here's donate it, like donate it to the fund. But if not, like let's say it's like a mixed, or like it's not as optimistic as we hope, this better prepares us for like seeing like what the thoughts are of the student and know where to tackle and how to convince and try to convince that otherwise, like try to get them to donate their portions, because I mean OSLL has a limit for student organizations, because student orgs probably want merch, and that's reasonable and that's fine, but there are rules, and the rules are like it's $5 per head. So even if they wanted to spend all their money, they wouldn't be able to, because there's a limit. So there's no doubt that there's going to be unused funds left over from that, after all their merch and supplies are bought. So we want them, so instead of it being rolled over to allocations, which we heard from last meeting is healthy, and even if all student organizations release their funds, that we would be okay for the next semester and onwards. So not saying that, I mean, best scenario would be if they use all their money for this fund, but if not, at least some of their unused funds goes towards something good, and that's what we basically want. We don't want student organizations to just spend it on merch and that's it. Like we want them to contribute to this emergency fund. So that's the whole point of this question.
Mm-hmm.
This would be, just think of yourself as this is the first time you are reading this question. Like that would be their instinct, like their instinctive response or answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also important to mention, like during our meetings with the SIS committee, and we were talking to Dean Pandit, there may not be any locations or businesses or print shops or whatever that are still open and are still shipping merch out. So like they're still trying to figure out like where that merchandise, if it can be bought from these businesses, which may still be open, where that would even go to, because normally it's shipped to just the office in PRCC, but that's currently closed right now. So yeah, a lot of things like are still undetermined about like purchasing merchandise. So you just want to get an idea of if they're willing to contribute to the fund, like Ricky said.
So this is Dean Williams. I have an update about purchasing. They did send out a message last week, which I shared with Student Life and Leadership and Accounting, that stated they were suspending all what they deemed as non-essential purchases. So even for something like office supplies, that is no longer being approved at this point because it is deemed non-essential. So that would apply to promotional items, which essentially means that until the university has returned back to its original operating status, um, organizations and departments would be restricted from purchasing any additional items that were not an essential. So this would mean that any organization that would like to purchase, let's say, promotional items would have to wait until potentially the fall semester, assuming that's when we go back into full operation, to be able to use those funds.
Okay, is that something that we would want to add to the form then, maybe at the description at the top? I'm not really sure how we should convey that information to the organizations.
I mean, I think that going back to the question that asks how, I don't know if you could scroll, I think that it scroll up, where it asks organizations how they plan on using funds for this semester. Is that a question on this?
Yeah, that was in
Yes,
their
I believe so.
like, how are they gonna spend it?
Right. So they don't really have any options in terms of spending. The only options they would have are to either A, have the money roll over in their own accounts, have the money roll back into allocations, or give a portion of the funds to the SGA emergency fund. Those are the only three options for now.
And it might be a possibility that we're not actually able to express all of that information in the questionnaire, but that could also just be the importance of the open forum that we were talking about having, just so any student organizations that have any questions about the current situation and everything can actually come to us and ask those questions, and we can let them know as they need.
What else do you guys think? I mean, I'm fine with either way.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, all right. So we'll leave that as something. Can you just put asterisks on it? We'll come back to it because we don't have much time. So we got to get through this, pass the bill, and then talk about the Constitution Committee.
Okay, scrolling. Did y'all see this question? The one that I'm hovering over?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna, and then it says, please explain your thoughts. So here are the next three.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, y'all ready for the next three?
Yep.
Oops. Well, now this question kind of is inapplicable now. You know, with the given information we have now.
They definitely can't.
Okay, so let's put an asterisk on that to be looked at later. And then these are the last two.
Cool.
Now, is there anything you feel, you know, given that everyone has seen the questions, does anyone feel like there should be anything added? Anything that we should take out? I mean, we've seen the ones that we should take out, but like anything that you think that that we're missing in this questionnaire?
To be honest, I think it's good. It's very
Yeah, I think it
straightforward.
encompasses everything.
Yeah.
It's just for us to like see what they want and what they're thinking about.
Exactly.
And how we're gonna like go forward with their funds.
Right. It gives
Right. Oh, my bad. What were you gonna say, Anna?
I was saying that it gives them the opportunity to express themselves. So I think it's like really well written and it's clear.
All right. Anyone else? All right. One more question. So I just want to take down the one that we put. This one right here. So what was the what was it? Because y'all did suggest something for this one. So what was the recommendation?
Yeah,
for
so it was taking away the yes or no and basically making it a roll over into your account or in the allocations to be used.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm
So,
excited to see those results.
Yep.
Oh, now we can go back to the bill, Ricky. Continue on that.
all right. Yeah. So back to the bill.
So, sorry, Ricky, to cut you off, but we
It's all
also
good.
the university-wide email. I wanted to share it with you guys, and then we also, Ricky, like we discussed yesterday, I wanted to talk about the what am I saying?
Scholarship?
No, not the scholarship.
Okay.
Not resolution, not referendum. Oh my God.
The account.
Resolution?
Huh? What did you say?
The account?
No, not the account. Oh my God, a constitutional amendment. There we
Oh,
go.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. That okay. I did. You're right. So, yeah. So that's actually one important detail we forgot to add on the resolution. So, on top of all the demands that we have, we want to request. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Yeah. Does everyone have that pulled up? By the way, the resolution we're talking about for COVID-19.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so we also want to add one more thing that we realized that we didn't, which is basically like giving us a check, like accountability that we have to. Not only are we gonna pass this resolution and establish that we are gonna create an account for this, but also an amendment in the Constitution, which would solidify and codify some type of contingency plan from here on forth. So, but the only thing that we're voting on today is a resolution. So basically, like I said earlier, it's just going to give us a check and some type of framework to work with to establish an amendment. Hopefully by the end of this semester. We do have, after this one, we have 5 meetings left. So we're basically on crunch time, and I think Dylan is about to bring this up later on. It's in the agenda. I mean, we want to add the amendment, but our own constitution needs some love first. So before we even think about adding an amendment and trying to make sure that the language is appropriate to the Constitution, it's vital for us to also update the Constitution up to code, up to standards, and then as soon as we do that, as soon as we can add all these amendments that we plan to add. So I am about to add that to the resolution right now, where it would say, and I will read to you the language that we will put.
But in the resolution, basically, before we were talking about, you're just gonna you're gonna recognize the scholarship fund that the e-board was doing. That's the only edit, really.
Oh yeah, that's Sabrina. What was the name of the account again? You said the SGA Emergency Relief Fund, right?
Yes. So real quick, off of what you were saying. So when we had our conversation yesterday, the account, the SGA Emergency Fund account, is basically an established account now. So after this 50,000 is used, hopefully it gets used, then that account is still going to be there. So in case of any other emergency that occurs and we want to contribute money into the emergency relief fund, it'll still be there for us to access. So we were talking about adding some sort of contingency plan into our constitution of saying if something is to happen, we always have this emergency relief fund that SGA can make use of and
Right.
I was thinking that you know how some student organizations have a separate fundraising account? We can have Student Life Accounting just create a separate account under the SGA account that's specifically for the emergency relief.
So it is a separate account. It's just it's under the care team right now. but it is its own separate account.
So actually, just to clarify, it's its own separate university account. So it has its own GL string. So again, it's established in the future. You all can add or take away anything that's in the account can stay in the account, or if you all vote, you want to put it the money that's remaining back into the SGA. That's totally your discretion. So it is a discretionary fund, completely separate and apart from SGA, and it actually doesn't fall under the care team. It's its own like individual account.
So can I see it on RadarLink? Is it there?
No, it's not on RadarLink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We can probably see if there's a way that we can add it to RadarLink, if that would be helpful. But again, it's kind of its own, in the same way that SGA has like a GL string that gets all your fees deposited. It's that same. Whereas, like for instance, in RadarLink, the student groups that have accounts, those are just in RadarLink. Those don't exist outside of RadarLink, if that makes sense.
Got it.
All right. So I just added the last edit, and I'll read to y'all and see if you recommend any changes to the language. Basically, what it says is it recommends the SGA Senate to propose an amendment to the SGA Constitution that codifies contingency plans for future emergencies by the end of the spring 2020 semester. So yeah. So does anyone recommend any changes to the language? Think it's too strong? Is it too weak? Does anyone need me to repeat?
Let's vote on it.
We could read it if you guys want.
Yeah.
Go through
Yeah,
it.
yeah. There's also other demands, so I definitely recommend reading all the points before voting on this. That would be great. I only see 3 people on the doc, so I know we're not. I know we're more than that.
Yeah.
I'll put the link again just in case to make it easier for everyone. Let me just figure this out.
Hang on.
Actually, would it be easier if I screen share it?
I think that would be actually.
Yeah, because it's only like 1 page of
Yeah.
requests.
Mhm.
I think everything here is very realistic, and things we've discussed. I think it's all good.
Okay, let me do that right now. Okay.
I got to.
Here we go.
Cool.
So just let me know. Here, I'm gonna go right here. Let me know when you're done. And I'll scroll.
I forgot the same as
Let me know when y'all ready to scroll down to the next part. If you're looking on the screen share.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
scroll.
ready.
All right, scrolling down. Okay.
good.
Mm.
All right. Oops.
Okay, you can scroll slightly to show all the bottom part. Yeah. Cool.
Mm. Looks good to me.
Yeah, everything here is realistic, and we can do all that.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, questions,
Not at this time.
not at this time. All right. I think it's
Put it to a vote.
safe to say that we are good. So I'm going to motion to vote on the resolution.
Oh, Kevin has a question.
Oh, sorry. My
Sorry.
bad. What's up, Kevin?
So one part of the resolution was talking about allocating the Senate funds to their respective academic field. Could you just elaborate on that more?
Which part are you referring to?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, so he's talking about, but basically it's that, like say you're an academic senator, right? SASA and CJ, whatever. You can't just spend your funds now at this point, like just for your school. It has to go to campus at large.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No
Yep,
problem.
that's a good question. That's a good question, Kevin. That could be part of the of clarification, because like usually, because I mean, this is only because of this extreme circumstances, right, Dylan? That academic senators are able to use their funds at large.
Yes.
Otherwise, they would not. But okay, good
Mhm.
clarification. Okay, so anyone else?
Mm-mm.
All right, I guess I'll resubmit my motion to vote on this resolution.
Second.
Second it.
Okay, motion heard. Nigeria, are you there for the vote?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna read
You're cutting out a lot.
the three people who can't vote because they're related, Kareem, and Crow. So just to make that clear if I start.
Okay. So this is for all in favor.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So Lauren,
Yes.
Yvette,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Hima,
Sorry, guys, my mic wasn't working, but yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Carolyn,
Yeah.
Lenore,
Yes.
Will,
Yes.
Anna,
Yes.
Abbas,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Akwe,
Yes.
and Tananzit.
Yes.
All right, that's everyone. And then the three people who are not voting because they're late is Karima, Harrison, and Carlos.
So it passed.
Yes, it passed. Okay, so we'll
Yay.
move forward with all the different requests for the account, and yeah, and then we'll work on this survey too. It's great.
Bet.
So the only thing we have to talk about left is really that committee, right? It was brought up, but like, yeah, we have to, figure out who's going to be on that because, then we can move forward with the amendment, and that's really it for the agenda.
And the email. I can, I guess I was gonna share the screen, but I think we only have 2 minutes left, so I think I'm just gonna put it to a Google Doc and send it out. And if you have any suggestions for edits, try not to edit the actual doc. You can add a comment on the side. So that's it. And I'll send it. I'll actually share it with Dylan. And Dylan, if you can like add everybody's emails onto it, because I don't know if I have that.
Okay, I'll send that to you.
Okay, I'll send it to you right now. It's actually in the SGA email. So if you go to drafts in the SGA email, the full thing is drafted there.
Okay. Okay, all right, we'll talk about it. All right, is there anything else? Are we actually ending on time?
Well,
Wait.
that Constitution Committee though, like, can we like get like something out of that? Like at least some names. I mean, I know I've talked personally with people. I just never followed up, but I just want to like make sure. Let's see who's here. I know I spoke with Mariah, but I don't think she's here. But Ivef, sorry to point you out, but would you be down to help out with the edits of the Constitution? I mean, it's just like updating the language and sorts, and like adding the past amendments that have been passed. LOL. That just it. Like I think D. Williams has the working like the stuff that needs to be added. But we just need a committee of people. It can't just be one person that edits the Constitution. It has to be like some type of oversight to make sure that the Constitution is properly edited and up to date. So, basically, like anyone that is, yeah. So like Vef, Anna, I think I spoke with you too, right, about this.
Yes.
I'm not sure if would you also be down to be part of this committee?
For sure.
Perfect. I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling down this list. Karima, what about you? What do you think about this? Okay. I'll get back. Oh, about the Constitution Committee. I don't know if I spoke. I think I spoke this to you. Maybe not. But if not, basically we just need like a couple people in the committee to be working on the edits. One person to edit, of course. One person to look over and make sure that the edits are accurate. And okay, perfect. So let's see who else. Kevin, is this something that is in your interest?
Maggie also said she can.
Okay, great. Thank you, Maggie.
I'm afraid I won't be able to. I hope that's not an issue.
No, it's not a problem. I'm just like pulling out names from the list, just to make sure. Melanie, I think I spoke to you too about this, but I think you said you were gonna follow up. All right, okay, take care. Yeah, I know Melanie I spoke with. Menard, does this sound something that you would be down to do? I'm just going down the list. So perfect. Okay, so we got some names. This is great. Okay. So basically, basically anyone who was called on, I'm gonna put you on the Slack group chat. I think Dylan can also help us out. Dylan, can you help us out in getting the people who are interested, the senators who are interested in doing this, to get them the proper docs and I guess get started on the Constitution?
Yeah, well, we'll have to have some kind of conversation. moving forward, it's because like everything is somewhere in the drive over like years and years of unorganization. So it's really a matter of somehow finding stuff, and then just verifying that it like passed and stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So okay, we'll talk about that. We'll make some kind of group chat.
All right, perfect. Well, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else, right? Other than the Constitution.
No, I mean we can adjourn.
No other updates, anyone?
No, not as
Well, just as a reminder before adjournment, please send me your Zoom links. If you don't know how to do it, don't hesitate. Just ask me. And also, please send me your boomerangs. Just send me your boomerangs. Send me your Zoom links. If we are able to get that scheduling thing working, we'll notify everyone and we'll explain everyone how that would work. But until then, please send me your personal meeting room links, and I guess that's it. That's it from me.
Okay, cool. Get a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
meeting adjourned. Thank you everyone.
Take care.
I will make that group chat. Wow, we actually finished before 1. Look at that.
Yay.
World record.
All right, bye everyone.
Honestly.
Stay safe.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you everyone. Bye.
All right. If anyone is staying on this call, just a reminder, we're still live, so I'll let y'all know in the chat room when we're not live. I guess no one else stayed. Take care, Dean Williams, if you can still hear me.
I'm about to sign off. Thanks. Hima, if you're still here, we need to talk.
Oh, she's not here, but yeah. Take care, Dean Williams.